Hello, and welcome to this edition of BBS News. I'm Katie Chandler, and today we'll be talking about all the stories impacting not only Garden City High School, but Garden City Public Schools. So let's go ahead and get a jump into all the things happening so far in 2019. Your news starts right now.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving us wrong, I do what they say I can't.
Let's first dive into a major milestone for GCHS. The state debate tournament rarely leaves the Kansas City area, but now many of the Eastern Kansas teams got to experience the travel that our debate team has to endure every weekend, as we hosted the 6A and 5A state debate tournament. Here's BBS TV's Nancy Tran with more.
Garden City High School hosted the state debate tournament on Friday, January 11th and Saturday the 12th. There was no school for GCHS students as the entire facility was used for the tournament. The last time GCHS hosted the event was in 2009 at the old high school building alongside the two middle schools. Russ Tidwell has been coaching debate at GCHS for 25 years. He talks about what it means to host again.
It means that the rest of the debate community in Kansas 5 and 6A trust me to do it, trust me to host it well. It means a lot to have the last tournament of the year, the state championship, in my building.
Over 300 debate students competed over the course of 2 days. GCHS senior varsity debater Caitlin Harmon has been on the team since her sophomore year. She talks about what it means to qualify for state.
It really signified that all of the hard work I had done and put into the season was accomplished. My partner Trevor and I, we set goals over the summer because we went to camp together as to what we wanted to do, and one of those was to achieve going to state, and so we got to do that. Also, we got to take about 3 other teams with us, and so it was really good bonding experience, and it was good one last moment with my teammates.
A snowstorm arrived on Friday afternoon and continued throughout the night until Saturday morning. However, this did not bring the competition to a halt on Saturday. Tidwell talks about what precautions were taken for the snowstorm.
Our school district put maintenance crews to work from Friday about 1 or 2 o'clock until sometime 7 or 8 that evening, clearing our circle and all the sidewalks. That those guys were back at 4 a.m. on Saturday morning doing the same thing. I know that the city was contacted. I know that they worked really hard to clear the roads from the hotel areas back up to the high school so people could move around safely. And so the community and the school district did a lot to make sure that the tournament was accessible after the snow started.
Substantially raise the annual limit and eliminate the per country caps for EB1, EB2, and EB3 visa categories. The entire plan is the best way to resolve the backlog for green cards,
Competition continued on Saturday at 8 a.m. The rest of the bracketed tournament was open to the public starting at 12:30 p.m. with Class 6A conducting double octa finals. Finals were held at 9:15 p.m. Tidwell talks about the results of the GCHS debate team.
We had 4 teams in the 2-speaker tournament. They all participated in the prelim rounds but didn't advance to the elimination rounds. So I'm really proud of our 4 teams. They worked really, really hard. It's a hard tournament. There are 82 teams in that tournament, and only 32 of those get to be in an elim. And so it's a tough tournament. It's a roll of the dice kind of tournament, and I think our kids worked really hard and did their dead level best. I'm proud of our kids.
From BBS TV, I'm Nancy Tran.
Garden City High School is used to hosting major events. At the end of January, we hosted the 61st annual Rocky Mountain Wrestling Invitational. This year's tournament brought in over 40 teams from 5 different states. For more on this, here's our very own David Flores with this report.
Shake it down! Shake it down! Shake it down! Shake it down! Scoop!
Welcome to the 61st Rocky Mountain Invitational Tournament. This tournament has been around since 1959. It was originally called the Garden City Invitational, then later changed to honor former coach Rocky Mountain. There are over 40 teams participating in this tournament. Fans drive up to 12 hours to come see their teams wrestle in this tournament like Silver, New Mexico. The tournament also attracts teams from Colorado, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Texas to compete. This is an elite tournament with wrestlers that are nationally ranked. All teams that place in the top 3 this year in the Welton, Goddard, Kearney, and Pueblo East have all won their respective state titles last year. To many, this tournament is what they look forward to the most.
It's a whole different atmosphere of wrestling, man. I've been to plenty of tournaments in my life since in 4th grade I started wrestling, and I've never been to a tournament like the Rocky Welton. There's so many unique teams here, so many cultures, and then you just wrestle with everyone. You see all different types of wrestling skills and how people wrestle.
In 39 years of coaching, Rocky Welton has won 9 state titles, 6 of them in Garden, before retiring in 1999. His dual record was an amazing 250-4. His programs have produced more than 30 individual championships. His techniques are still in place today, with wrestlers trying to elevate to his standards. Former wrestler John Baker talks more about Welton's legacy.
He brought a different attitude, not just on the mat, but in the community. Perfect gentleman was one of the biggest things he pushed. I think we grew as people more so than wrestlers too, but just a get after it type of wrestling, get after it, bully your way in there and took care of business.
This tournament was as small as 16 teams as recent as the 2000s and has blossomed to what it is today. Many in the wrestling community consider this to be one of the hardest wrestling tournaments each year.
By far probably our toughest tournament of the year. It's tougher than our state tournament. We're in 3A. We're in a 3-2-1A state tournament, and I think the competition here is probably just even with or a step above that. So.
6 decades later, this is still a source of pride for Garden City.
I think it's great. We're bringing in multiple teams from multiple states. It's good for the community. It's nice to bring people in to see our traditions of Garden City wrestling. Look up on the wall and see what we've got here built, and Coach Welton is one of those that was the rock of that. That was we had a joke thing going with that was just like rock.
From BBS TV with Alan Sanchez, I'm David Flores.
At Garden City High School, our philosophy is not just about enriching the individual, but giving of yourself for a greater good. This is no more evident than our state champion bowling teams. They found an opportunity to not only knock down some pins, but to also serve the community of Wichita, Kansas. Let's send it over to Braden Bickett with how they were able to do this.
A good deed, a nice gesture, a smile. This is what was given to the community of Wichita on January 4th. The Garden City High School girls and boys varsity bowling teams went down to Wichita to bowl in a tournament. But this trip, they had something else in mind outside of competition.
We came up with the idea of Play It Forward. Play It Forward was an opportunity for the varsity program on our first road trip in Wichita to do a little team bonding and to give back to people in that community. And so we made a game out of it, a competition, the boys against the girls, and it was an amazing time for both the girls team and the boys team, and it gave them an opportunity to see just how meaningful it could be to give back to others.
It was just nice to be able to help them because the firefighters especially, their faces lit up and they were so happy, and it just made me feel good inside.
The team wanted to give back to communities to show their appreciation for the support the school has given them while representing GCHS.
Here at Garden City High School, our administration has made a real effort for us to become givers back to the community and a school of service.
It didn't only make an impact on those receiving, it made an impact on those giving.
I know that we called it a competition and said that there'd be a winner and a loser, but I think when it was all said and done, when we got together and talked about the experiences that everybody had, we all agreed that everybody won in that situation.
The lesson is to give without expecting anything in return. For BBS TV, I'm Braden Bickett.
Speaking of service, there's no better servants of the public than the Buffalo Coffee Shop. You may be asking, how can a student-run coffee business do this? But you're about to find out how this organization benefits students and the larger community. Here's BBS TV's very own Raquel Garcia and Crystal Royal with how they can do both of these things.
A normal day starts off first hour, we get the coffee carts ready to go, kids get all set up, and then second through fourth hour, we go out selling. We take 3 different carts all the way around the school, and we serve, I believe, 76 classrooms. And fifth hour we usually use to prepare Rice Krispie treats for the next day. And then seventh hour is our cleanup day, or cleanup hour for the day. The students in this class gain a lot of benefits. They learn social skills, vocational skills, and employability skills.
You know his sister? Carmen Robinson, yeah.
Okay, so my job at the Buffalo Coffee Shop is I'm a peer leader, which means that I get to spend time in the classroom, build relationships with them all. My specific class, fifth hour, we make the Rice Krispies. So we make over 300 Rice Krispies every single day, so that's always fun. And we always listen to music really loud. I'm always a DJ, so.
What's that for?
We're a coffee shop, but we give a lot of opportunity to our students to expand their horizons, as well as we work very hard to give back to our community. We've given a lot of money to charity. In the past 2.5 years, we've given close to $30,000, and that has gone to different charitable groups in the community and also families who have gone through some hardships. Most of our charities, we have some kids research them sometimes, and the classes vote on them. Or sometimes somebody will come to me with something they need, or somebody in a bad situation, and tell me about it. And especially if it's a student within our school, we try to help them.
My favorite part is the relationships that I've built. Every day I come in and they're always like, hi Nima, and that just warms my heart. You could have a terrible day and fail a quiz or whatever and your day would just suck. But you come in here and everybody's excited to see you. And they're just all so sweet and kind, and they're all growing, and I get to see their progress every day.
As you know, our town is extremely diverse, and embracing cultures from all over the world is a priority. This extends into our elementary schools, where educating our students in the best possible setting is also a priority. Let's take a trip into one of our schools that's been using a dual language program in order to set up students for success. Katrina Lucero, take it away.
Right here in the small town of Garden City, Kansas, schools are achieving great things. These achievements are found where you might not expect it. Buffalo Jones Elementary. At this school, they teach using a version of the dual language immersion program. Sarai Alvarez is a first grade teacher that teaches in the Spanish track. Alvarez has taught for 4 years and believes students will have more opportunities as an adult being bilingual.
Everybody has an equal chance of being successful in school, even if they're in the Spanish classroom or the English classroom, because they're both learning. The learning, it's there and you can see it, it's evident.
Kids today are being educated with a dual language immersion program, learning both languages gradually. Valeria Medina is a 4th grader at Buffalo Jones, and she is realizing the benefits of the dual language immersion program.
What I think about the dual language track is that it helped me a lot, and I learned more Spanish, and it helped me communicate with other people.
Sandra Terrazas is a kindergarten teacher here at Buffalo Jones and has been teaching the dual language track for 13 years. She strongly believes that kids will have great benefits as bilingual in education and later on in life.
My personal opinion about what I'm teaching is that, first of all, I love teaching, I love kids, and I think personally we should be having more schools teaching a second language. We're actually, and I'm not fully correct on this one, but I think we're the only ones still in Kansas that are teaching in Spanish, and I just wish that more would be teaching.
This is Katrina Lucero with Buffalo Broadcasting.
Our final story today focuses on our nationally recognized theater program. Since Barbara Hilt took over the drama program in 2012, GCHS has had unprecedented success in this realm. They have consistently won accolades for their musicals around the state. However, their achievements are about to go global. Here's BBS TV's Delaney Despain for more on this.
It's been a whole semester since Garden City said goodbye to its high school's production of Hamlet. But it wasn't forever, because the cast and crew won't just be presenting the show again. They will also be traveling to Lincoln, Nebraska this summer to perform on the national stage.
We're sort of revamping the entire thing from start to finish. We're working on stuff we haven't worked on. We're adding stuff to scenes that are already super good, and because of some changes in the cast, we're going to have completely different relations with each other, and even the relationships that were already established are changing. So
theater is a living thing, constantly changing, and I'm a different person than I was in September. The whole cast, we're all different than we were in September, and I don't know what's going to change. I just know that it's going to be even greater than I've ever imagined before.
People will see oh, hey, Garden's something to look at, and so, hopefully that sets up opportunities for more people in the future who would do theater here.
It's important to show people that Garden City, even though we're small, even though we don't have the biggest budget or the most people who attend our shows, we can still make something that can, I guess not compete, but be alongside with other shows of the national level.
Oh, happy birthday. My lord, I hear him coming.
Back in November, the show was adjudicated for the National Thespian Festival. Everyone involved was excited to hear the news that Hamlet had been chosen, but a few couldn't quite contain themselves. Who had the best reaction?
Probably Nathan Ayala, Hamlet.
Job.
Nate, by far.
He was very shocked. He kept saying dude and cool, dude, over and over again, and it was awesome.
I've never seen him cry before.
He started crying, I saw, and then I was trying not to cry. And then I just had to. I just had to let it all out, and I was just bawling. I don't know. I haven't cried since.
I didn't really see any of them, but I heard that Job and Nate had a screaming contest at each other in a corner or something like that. So I think that'd top it.
Or Aryan. Aryan jumped up and down and then turned in a circle and screamed.
I screamed and got in trouble for screaming. So.
If you haven't seen the show yet, don't worry. The theater department will present Hamlet again as we get closer to the summer, so locals can see the show one more time. From BBS TV, Channel 21, I'm Delaney Despain.
We thank you for watching this edition of Buffalo News, and we invite you to continue watching on cable channel 21 or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news just like this. For the staff and crew of BBS TV, I'm Katie Chandler. Thank you for watching.